So guys, so I saw this video on Facebook. It's this like preacher in like I think the 90s or early 2000s. Like he's basically calling like Pokemon cards like demonic and stuff like that. Like the video I found on Facebook is like one that's kind of like clipped down, but there's a much larger one that has like it's like 40 minutes. He's like reacting to like Pokemon cards in Magic the Gathering. But yeah, I mean I'm just kind of reacting to the video. I mean I think it's kind of funny. But I'll link the original video in the description. But let's go ahead and get started.
Pokemon, Pocket Monster, the spiral. And it stands for what? Male fertility. It's
I mean, I'm a male, and I mean, I have never really heard of like the spiral being like male fertility. That's a really weird thing to kind of draw from like, I mean, Poliwhirl, I guess, but I don't know.
supposed to be able to mesmerize and hypnotize its enemies. This character over here is called Mewtwo. Every time that you see Mewtwo, he's in this pose. 3 fingers.
Okay. So
It means Hail Satan.
okay, so let's go back to that pose. So, I mean, like that whole
He's in this pose.
this
3
thing.
fingers.
I mean, yeah, some people see it as like it's a demonic symbol, or I mean, that's Spider-Man. I mean, I don't really know. It's like it's kind of reaching, but the thing is like this: to make this symbol the way he's doing it, you need 5 fingers. Mewtwo has 3, so Mewtwo's hands are, I mean, kind of always stuck like that. It's really a reach, and it's just like it kind of shows. But let's get into this guy. So this is from like the late 90s, like early 2000s. I mean, he's got the goatee that you would see back then. I mean, some of you guys, I mean, you might need to talk to your dads. I mean, they might have looked like this in the late 90s or rocked this hairstyle. But okay, but look at the hair. So back in like the 90s, you would see guys like they would have like this thing called frosted tips. I mean, some people still do it where it's like the hair is like spiked up kind of, and like the tips are like highlighted blonde. But like this dude went like all the way, and like he was like, yeah, forget the frosted tips and just let it grow out. And he's got like the frosted mullet that he's rocking in the back. So hey, I mean, this guy is like the pinnacle of style in his opinion. I mean, he looks good with the all black suit. I mean,
It means Hail Satan. Cute little one. Everybody go. Oh, come on. His tail. It's a lightning bolt. And it's a satanic Z.
what? It's such a reach because it's like it's just a lightning tail. I mean, it's part of the cartoon like for it to symbolize it. It's an electric mouse. It's Pikachu. But it's like to say that it's like a satanic Z is like really reaching, especially when it's a lightning bolt that we all draw. So I guess we're all drawing like satanic Z's. But I mean, the reason behind a lot of this stuff is like back in like late 90s, early 2000s, like, and as you heard, there's an audience, like people actually thought like this, and they were thinking like, oh yeah, Pokemon is like the devil and it's like corrupting our kids' minds and all this other stuff. And like I remember like one of my earliest memories before I even had like Pokemon cards, I was watching the news, and it's like the winter time, and you see these group of parents are like burning Pokemon cards in a trash can, and they're standing around the trash can praying. So and it's cold, remember? So imagine what looks more demonic. Like you see a bunch of people around a trash can like this, setting stuff on fire. I mean, if anything looks demonic, I would have to say that. Like, but again, I mean, obviously, I mean, a lightning tail and Pikachu, that's very demonic, but not people with stuff burning on fire. That's not demonic at all looking, but I digress.
The Pokemon trading card game is a new collectible card game that is made and distributed by Wizards of the Coast. What is a wizard? Male practitioner of black magic.
Gotcha.
Cute little Pokemon. Can we agree on that?
Yes.
Oh, I know, he's cute, isn't he? Little satanic tail. Let the camera get a view of that. At these pocket monsters.
And that's how you know that this is like the late 90s, early 2000s. Like, look at this thing he has.
Yes.
Oh, I know, he's cute, isn't he?
That is an overhead projector. Some of you have probably never seen that
Little satanic
in your
tail.
entire life. And like, look at those like look at those pixels. Like that's like 40 pixels on that screen. This is clearly from like late 90s.
Let the camera get a view of that. These pocket monsters are creatures that inhabit the world with humans. Got to catch them all. You don't need mom. You don't need dad. You don't need grandparents. You don't need aunts and uncles. You don't need school. And you probably don't even need a church. Because you're a master. This rat.
I mean, to be honest, if like you don't really need those people around you if they're like trying to spout this BS to you and try to like I don't know, just like all these reaches and stuff like that. Just like I don't think I would want you like forcing me to watch some kind of presentation where you're I don't know, just people are crazy.
Rap song that's played over again. And it says, I will travel across the land searching far and wide each Pokemon to understand the power that's inside. And then it's enchanted to them. Gotta catch them all. Here's
I mean, the thing, that shit fire. Like, no matter what you say, that shit's fire. Like, even though, like, he had, like, no rhythm, I mean, it still didn't deny the fact that that shit was fire. And, like, we get a better look here of that mullet. Like, he's got waves, too. Like, even though this is, like, 90s, like, video quality, you can still see the ocean there.
next character. This is Misty. Look at this. If this was actually clear, you'd see that that's a halter top. It stops right there. And she's got short shorts on. She's headstrong and stubborn, constantly arguing with Ash. Typical woman. God forgive me. All right. Jesse, and the other one's called James. And listen what it says about them. It says, prepare for trouble, make it double. Jesse and James are an evil gang looking to steal rare Pokemon. In the program, they're also prone to cross-dressing. And look,
like, like the thing is, like, I mean, yeah, there were a couple times. I mean, if you've watched the series long enough, that they've dressed as like the opposite gender, but it's all for disguise, like and stuff like that. There's no like ulterior motives.
so prone to cross-dressing.
But like that pose just kills me because he's like he literally is trying to act like he did not prepare this speech. Like, I'm very much so like lost in thought and very confused and troubled by what is going on. But I mean, if you spouting some bullshit like this, this flows like crazy.
No.
And look here. This is Mew over here. MEU. He's kind of cute. And this is Mewtwo over here, complete with his satanic salute. And if you notice, that pose is always given with the left hand. 608.
The thing is, I know this is kind of mirrored, but I kind of got some bad news for him. I have very bad news for him. Both his hands are like that because, again, he has 3 fingers. But that's the right hand. It's like you did all this research to like make all these crazy theories, but you don't know your left from right. That is clearly a right hand. Unless I've been using my left hand my entire life, that is clearly a right hand. But hey, he knows best.
You notice that pose is always given with the left hand. 618 children had suffered convulsions, vomiting, irritated eyes, and other symptoms after watching Pokemon. There's something unusual about that. They don't know why it happened.
Okay, so that's a lie. So when that happened, it was an episode of like Porygon or something, and like there was like very like strobe lighty kind of effects, and it did make a lot of kids have like epileptic episodes and stuff like that. So I think it was actually banned in the United States. But this whole notion that they don't know what's going on, it's like that's a lie. That's that whole thing to kind of make it seem more like mystical and spooky. Like, oh yeah, like the kids got like seizures and they didn't know what happened. Like, you know what happened. You're just saying that you don't know what happens to make people's like minds go all crazy and spark in these wild directions. Because clearly, if they're attending this man's little speech in this dark room, like public access television looking like stage, then like they probably are already kind of like leaning towards his thought process.
Remember I said that they get their energy through energy balls. cute little Pikachu, and he's being energized by an energy ball. And now you notice he's not quite so cute anymore, and his little satanic tail is really erect.
It's literally the exact same way it was before.
They actually show the energy balls that is used to make these monsters bigger and better. Look at the yellow. What do you see?
Lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt. Look here. All-seeing eye. Up here is the clenched fist, symbol for rebellion, anarchy. Powerful witchcraft symbol where my finger is.
That's fire. That's literally just fire.
Down here is another powerful witchcraft symbol.
A leaf? The symbol of a leaf is like powerful witchcraft. I had no idea. I had no idea that these trees that have like hundreds of leaves on them, like they symbolize witchcraft. I don't want to go outside anymore.
And down at the bottom here, this blue ball down in here is the symbol for energy of water. Earth, wind, and fire, the three basic elements of all witchcraft.
That's basically the elements of like almost anything that is like, I don't even really know even how to respond to that. It's so stupid.
There's a war going on right now for the children because Satan wants them really bad. Got to catch them all. Got to get them while they're young. Got to induct satanic doctrine. For me and my family, we are going to serve the Lord. Not in the ways of these Pokemon, not in the ways of witchcraft or Satan worship. Look at this. Pokemon Psychic Surprise. Look at this. This creature right here is called Haunter. Little Pikachu down here, he's crying his eyes out. He's not cute, and even Ash doesn't look cute anymore. Those energy balls represent that the Pokemon get their power by supernatural occult ability.
It's supernatural because it's a cartoon. Like, it's a cartoon. Like, what do you just say about like walking, talking like Mickey Mouse? Is Mickey Mouse like some occult like mouse or whatever? Like, this is what I mean. Like, back in like people still do it. I mean, but they're not as bad. But I mean, same thing happened with Yu-Gi-Oh! They're like, oh yeah, they're the hieroglyphics and mystical whatever. But it's like, people really used to think like that. And like, you can tell from his face, like, he is serious. Like, look at this, like the eyebrow raised. Like, anyone who willingly records themselves looking like that, they are serious. Like, this was maybe what 20 plus years ago. I really wonder what he's doing. Like, in all honesty, like, what mega church is he running, or is he like full of regrets right now?
Abracadabra. The Kadabra character has a pentagram on his forehead, and he has SSS across his chest. Satan's solemn servant.
This man is spitting bars, like.
Kadabra character is always pictured on the card with his left hand giving the satanic salute.
Spider-Man again.
Look at this. Quebec teen stabbed at school over Pokemon cards. This was in Montreal.
I mean that's a little extreme. I mean, you stabbing somebody over cards? I mean,
look at this. The woman teacher noticed that they were paying more attention to Pokemon than they were her. So she waited for the deck to get back to this young man, and then she walked over and grabbed that deck out of his hand. He got up and struck her dead in the face with his fists. This stuff is...
like, that should be funny, but it's like, I can kind of get why a kid would react that way, because it's like, oh yeah, this is something that like I either paid for, or my parents paid for. This is like actually possession of mine. You snatch it out of my hand. Because back then, I mean, like, I understand, like, yeah, teachers would take them because it's disruptive for the classroom. I mean, I had some cards taken at a couple of different times, but like, it was usually like, it was more so the approach. Like, if the teacher's like, hey, we caught you, and like there's been warning beforehand, you're like, I got caught doing something I knew I wasn't supposed to do. But like, if somebody was just like, gotcha, and like snatched it out of my hand, like, I wouldn't hit a teacher, but it's just like, I can see why a kid would do that.
Nothing more than unadulterated witchcraft. And I have to wonder sometime when a grade school child is going to do what the Weeping Bell Razor Leaf Pokemon card says. It says this: it spits out poison powder to immobilize the enemy.
Do you guys notice how he he talks he talks like that. It's like it's almost like his whole mouth isn't believing everything that he's saying. It's like because we know it's a lie. We know you are talking crazy right now.
And then finishes the enemy with a spray of acid. Remember that the whole goal in all of these role-playing games, and especially in Pokemon, is to become the master.
I mean, you have like chess grandmasters, you have all kinds of stuff like that. Like, they're actually giving this man like an applause, but like again, people really used to think like that and believe that Pokemon's like demonic and all this mystical stuff or whatever, but it's just crazy.
Hail Pokemon!
Okay, so the first time I watched the video, I didn't watch it all the way to the very end. I did not know he did this. But it's like, this stuff's crazy. But I mean, let me know what you guys think. I mean, make sure to drop a like, subscribe. I mean, share the video. If you've got other like kind of funny like Pokemon stuff you want me to react to, I mean, definitely let me know. I mean, this is my first time reacting to a vid. I mean, like this. Usually I'm reacting to comments and stuff. But yeah, I mean, hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys later. Yo, Pokemon.